Garden of Gethsemane. Tradition.
Wow.
Come here, guys. Come here. In the south. But it's pretty simple. All over the south. Okay, are we all here?
I don't know. I haven't made a count in a while.
Okay, I want to say a word about these trees right here. This is the. We're not all here, are we?
No, we're not all. I don't know. Are we?
Yeah, for the most
We need
part.
to make a count.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
We haven't
one
counted in a
dogler.
It's
while.
very hard.
Yeah, I know.
We're close enough.
Okay, okay, my friends, we came to the Garden of Gethsemane, and I want to tell you that I saw a picture of this place from 1880, like 130 years ago, and there was nothing here on Mount of Olives, just a cemetery, but no buildings, no churches, no walls, no roads, nothing. Fairly empty, and the trees, they stand out like that, the old trees of Gethsemane, you know, the olive trees. So they're old, they don't go back to Jesus' time, but they only can exist like 400 years, but that's all. But they're very, very old, you can tell. Most of the trunk is really dry. And we have to understand something about biblical gardens, my friends. But gardens in ancient times were not for pleasure, were not for pansies, rollies, petunias, marigolds. They were to eat. So in the gardens they had olives, figs, pomegranates, carobs, almonds, vines, those things. Okay? If you go to the Arab villages until today, that's what you see. You see a vine that usually covers a porch like that and gives gorgeous grapes in the summer. And then you have all the rest, you know, figs and olives and all that. So from that point of view, this is really a biblical garden. It looked really more wild before everything was built around. And by tradition, it's known as the Garden of Gethsemane. Okay. Next to it was a rock, and even when I told you that when the first Christians came, they started building churches over the places. It's called the Byzantine period, the first early Christian time from the 4th century to the 7th century. When the Muslims come, it's a Byzantine period. So the Byzantines always covered their churches with mosaic floors, and there was a mosaic floor that goes back to the 5th century here. But later on, all these churches were destroyed because the Muslims were here. And the churches were built again later, and I'm generalizing now, by another time when the Christians were in domain here. That's the Crusader period. We talk 12th, 13th century. Okay, so first one is 4th to 7th century. Then 500 years Islam. Then 12th, 13th century is Christian again, the Crusaders. Then they're expelled, and they're Muslims again. All the churches are being destroyed. And in modern times, they build the churches again. There's more tolerance. A lot of people come here, consulates different times, and they rebuild the churches again. So this church is basically the third church which was built over the place. Maybe more. Maybe in the Byzantine they had a few. Maybe the Crusaders they had a few, but generally it's three times. So this church was built in 1924 by a very famous and I think very talented Italian architect whose name was Antonio Barillucci. Yeah, please. Yeah. Antonio Barillucci. And Antonio Barillucci tried to give the churches he built the sense, the character, the atmosphere of the event. So, for example, Shepherd's Field in Bethlehem looks like a tent of a shepherd, in a way. The tomb of Lazarus in Bethany looks like a tomb in a way. This one was built very large, very beautiful, but it's all very dark. When you go there, it'll take you a few seconds to get used to the darkness because Jesus was here at night. I wanted to give you the sense of how Jesus felt. And on the floor, you see a beautiful, beautiful mosaic floor, built like the Byzantine period because they found bits and pieces here and there. It's under glass, you'll see it, and according to which he built this beautiful mosaic floor. And the domes and the mosaics and the gold and the rock in the center in the sanctuary where Jesus was supposed to lean by tradition. All that, I think it's a very, very impressive church. We'll go there. I'm not going to talk inside. You just go there, get the impression, a few minutes, and I'll wait for you outside.